Pop a good shout out for holding me down. I mean, it's a lot of help. And where's she at? How you doing? All right. I just want to pray that everything work out right for everybody. That's it. I'm still emotional because it's still new to me. All right. Thank you.
All right. Give her a hand. I want to call the first person on this case, the first community organization on this case for Abdul Kamal was the Irvington branch of the NAACP. Just a week or two after Abdul was killed, Kathleen Witcher and the Kamal family met with Essex County prosecutor. But Kathleen, come on up here and say a hand. Give her a hand. Kathleen Witcher from the Irvington NAACP.
Afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, man.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
I came with a lot of emotion today because it could have been my son. So we want justice for Abdul Kamal.
That's justice for all.
Each time that I've come, I tried to bring some new information. So this is not brand new, but this is what I wanted to add. And yesterday I wrote another letter to the prosecutor's office having seen this information, because we must make these demands. No one is going to come forward just because we ask them to do so. They must find a way. They must build a consciousness to know that this has happened to so many families, not just a victim. Abdul can't come back and defend himself, but to the family, to the neighbors. I am a neighbor of Abdul Kamal. I didn't know him by name, but I saw him. I saw him peering at me. You see, when he was gone, then my son-in-law said, "Oh, I was just talking to him." When it happened, then so many in the neighborhood called me. What can the NAACP do? And we were commanded by the NAACP, then Ms. Kazravi, now replaced by Mr. Macy, to do all we can to investigate what happened that night. And so I bring to you this information, and I just want to be brief, because now we find that in 2008, Mr. Kerwin Garcia was murdered by the state police. His crime, walking down the highway. So, we find that in examining what we call deadly force, we find that the grand juries were convened, and this is the data. Since 2005 here in New Jersey, there were 45 investigations opened. 18 investigations were presented out of those 45 to a grand jury. 16 of those were cases in which the grand jury found that the use of deadly force was justified.
16 out of 8.
9 investigations are currently pending. 2 cases in which the grand jury found the use of deadly force to be unjustified. And in 0 cases did they ever find the state police in New Jersey since that time to have had any problem with the use of deadly force. So I say to everyone assembled here, and everyone who received the article or wants to read the article in the New York Times regarding reasonable fear, look out. Larry Ham has called you to attention. We must defend ourselves. This is crucial because, as Mr. Kamal just mentioned, deadly force is being used around the country.
Yes, ma'am.
And when it is brought to the courts, the judges have declared there was reasonable fear part of the police, and they get away with murder. Thank you.
Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Kathleen.